One Senate Republican single-handedly shut down an attempt to force the Department of Justice to release the Epstein files.
Is there objection?
Mr. President,
The senator from Oklahoma is recognized.
I reserve the right to object. We know that what your resolution does is it doesn't actually have transparency, because we all want transparency. When we start dictating to the Department of Justice what they can and can't do, there's a clear separation of power.
That was Republican Senator from Oklahoma, Mark Wayne Mullin, this morning on the Senate floor, single-handedly shutting down the piece of legislation that would force the Department of Justice to release all the Epstein files, minus, of course, any identifying information about the victims. And here's the thing. This isn't the first time Senator Mullin shut this very same resolution down. He did it last week, too. So here's what's going on. Senator Ruben Gallego, a Democrat from Arizona, released this resolution last week, which honestly is very similar to the discharge petition being led by House Republican Representative Thomas Massie and House Democrat Ro Khanna. Senator Gallego's resolution would force the Department of Justice to release everything in its possession connected to the Epstein investigation, including all records, materials, internal memos, and any information that may lead to any potential co-conspirators. The resolution specifically says the Department of Justice must protect the victims so as not to re-traumatize them or incite any harassment towards them with this release. Last week, Senator Gallego offered this resolution under what's called unanimous consent. That is a Senate procedure that says any senator can go to the floor and offer a piece of legislation, and if there is no objection, that legislation is passed. But if just one other senator stands up and opposes it, it does not pass. Last week, Senator Mullin shot the resolution down. Today, Gallego went back to the Senate floor and offered his resolution again under unanimous consent.
So I'm here again, and my request is very simple. The Senate should go on record supporting the release of the Epstein files. The American people are not stupid. They know something is off. They smell it. If Donald Trump really wants these files released, they'd be out already. They're doing everything they can to keep the truth buried because they know who's in those documents, and they want to protect them and his friends. So today, I'm calling on my colleagues to stand with me and stand on the side of the American people, not the pedophile elites that they are trying to protect, and call on the Justice Department to release these files. It is that simple. If there's nothing to hide, then come out and prove it.
But again, as you just heard at the beginning of this video, Senator Mullin shot it down. Instead, Mullin wants his own resolution to be passed under unanimous consent. His resolution is very different. It says nothing about the Department of Justice releasing anything regarding Epstein. It just says federal and state courts should unseal all materials related to Epstein and his accomplice Ghislaine Maxwell. Senator Gallego objected to Senator Mullin's resolution and instead offered a compromise to combine the two resolutions and pass both under unanimous consent. But again, Mullin said no.
Therefore, I ask that the consent request be modified such that my resolution, SR 325, be discharged from the Committee on the Judiciary. Further, that the Senate proceed to the en bloc consideration of SR 335 and SR 325, that the resolutions be agreed to, that the preamble be agreed to, and the motions to be reconsidered be considered made and laid upon the table with no intervening action or debate, all en bloc.
Is there objection to the modification?
I reserve the right to object.
Senator from Oklahoma is recognized.
So if my colleague from Arizona actually wants transparency, then he would drop his objection to my resolution and just simply have mine go through, and we can move forward with the transparency that maybe both of us actually want. So therefore, I object to combining them.
Now, if you want to read both of these resolutions, I'm going to email them both out to you in my Facts HQ email tonight, so make sure you sign yourself up.